everybody, my name is Zach with Android Digest, and I'm excited to bring you this video on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Very excited about it because it just came out. I've only had a few days with this device, and I could tell you it's definitely a device that's enjoyable to use. I've definitely enjoyed my time with it, but there have been some pros, there have been some cons, some struggles with the device, some things I absolutely love. So I want to give you my impressions, my first impressions that I've had with the device, my thoughts about the device, and I also want to show you what comes in the box. You know, what would it look like for you when you get a Tab S6 and you open the box, and I really want to give you an idea of if this device is really worth purchasing. Now, I will have a full review out a little bit later, but I did want to give you a hands-on first impression of this device. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Now here we see the Galaxy Tab S6 box, and it looks really cool. Whenever you're looking at it, I mean, it's definitely a nice box to look at. And when we open it up, you will see I have the tablet right there. Now when you get this, you will see this. This will be wrapped up in the tablet. It's going to make it look nice, cool, and professional. Now when we take this out, you can see it does come with an S Pen. It comes with a charger. It also comes with a USB-C cord there. And you have a couple other little things in here. You have some pin tips. So you will see you have some S Pen tips there. So that's definitely a nice thing to include because your S Pen tips might wear down. So now let's take a quick look at the device. You could see here on the bottom we have a USB-C port. We do have 2 speakers right there, so that's pretty nice to see. You also have dual speakers on the top as well, which is awesome as well. Now on the right side, it's sort of unique. You can set up this power button. You can set that up to work as a power button, but they have a little different feature where you can use that sort of as a Bixby button as well, and you could sort of power down through the settings. So that's an option for you, but I just switched it back to the power button. Now you have your up and down and your volume here on the device. Now one thing you see on the bottom, there's no headphone jack on this device, so might be a bummer for some of you. I don't really care myself. I have Bluetooth headphones, but some of you might care about that, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, on the side of this device, you see those pins. That is for the case, so I will be reviewing the tablet in full with the case soon. I'm actually getting the case in tomorrow, so wanted to show you, though, these pins so you can fit in the keyboard case. One really cool thing about the keyboard case for this device is that the keyboard case can actually detach from your case. So you can finally have a tablet and you can have sort of a little laptop alternative. You're not tied into one, which I really like about this new keyboard. I've heard great things about it. So with that being said, I also want to look at the back of the tablet. Now, you can see this camera here, and you do see this little groove, and you're wondering why that's there. That's actually for the S Pen. So it magnetically connects. It actually connects through that right there, and it connects right there nicely. It's pretty tight. You could see with some pushing and prodding, it doesn't come off too easily. Now, first impressions, I do want to mention that if I have that on, let's say it's on a table, right, and I sort of have it, or it's on the couch sort of laying around like that, and I sort of move it around, you could see I could just push it very easily. So that's one thing to keep in mind. They have a lot of cases that are out there that do not cover this up. So you really want to find a case that covers up the S Pen, that allows it to be covered so that it can't move around a lot. So the new Samsung cases do that. There are a couple other cases on Amazon as well that are a little cheaper that would do that. But this is a device that you really want to use with a case, in my opinion. And it's because of this S Pen, because it does definitely, you could see if I hit it from the side, I can definitely hit it off of there. And if you're like on the couch and you just grab it and it brushes against your lap, you could see how easily that could come off. So that's definitely one of my first impressions. You are going to want a case with this device. If you absolutely hate cases with tablets, this will not be the tablet for you, and you might end up needing to get like the Tab S4 or an older tablet. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the performance for the device. Is this device fast? Yes, I would say this device is very fast. And if you're coming from a Tab S4, you're definitely going to notice a nice speed increase. So for day-to-day tasks, when I open up things, let's say I open up CNET, I actually already had it open in the background. It opens up very quickly. If I go to other things, like I had Best Buy open in the background, you could see it loads very quickly and very smoothly. So I've definitely enjoyed the speed of this device. When apps load for the first time like it did there, it loads relatively quickly. So overall, I've definitely enjoyed performance, and it's been very speedy and smooth, and definitely been something I've enjoyed. So it does have a Snapdragon 855, and if you don't really know a lot about that, it's basically the fastest processor that's out today. I mean, they just came out with the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and keep in mind, I am talking most Android devices. I know there's some different processors out there that I might not be aware of, but the Snapdragon 855 is pretty much the fastest processor there is. So you're really going to get pretty much the fastest performance out there on this device. Now, I know there's some Apple chips out there. Okay, this is Android Digest here, and we're going to be talking about Android processors. So for that, it's very quick, though. It's relatively smooth. I absolutely love the performance on it. So I've definitely been very impressed in my first few days, and I haven't really had any lag with pretty much anything that I've done. I haven't had things close down or shut down. It's actually been relatively smooth and really a joy to use. Now, one thing you're going to notice on this bad boy is the display. Now, this display is very bright. It's very enjoyable. It's definitely something that I've really learned to appreciate with Samsung tablets. And it has a fantastic resolution on it as well. So it has a 2560 by 1600 resolution. It is 10.5 inches. Now, I heard someone, I don't know what tech reviewer said it, someone said out there that they wish it had smaller bezels. And to that person, I don't want to call them an idiot because I'm a very nice person. But what I will say is, look at this. I mean, look at this. If you're trying to game on a tablet and you're grabbing these corners, I mean, how can it be smaller? Are you going to hold your tablet like this? I mean, how is that even possible? So why would you want smaller bezels on a tablet? A tablet is something that a lot of people use for gaming. You use it for multitasking. It's something that you have to hold with two hands. So you really want something that you can get a good grip on, that you can enjoy. So for me, I think people are crazy if they want smaller bezels, because I know this is a bezel-less world, but I really like the idea of what it looks like. So far, I've really enjoyed the performance. I haven't seen a lot of hiccups with that. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the fingerprint scanner. I have had situations where my fingerprint will not work no matter what. I've tried it 5, 10, 15 straight times, it wouldn't work. Then I deleted my fingerprint. Okay, so I went into my settings and I went to my biometric and security. I went to fingerprints, right? Now I'll put in my code here. And one thing I did, I went to delete. I deleted a fingerprint. So I went and I clicked remove. Now I went to go add a fingerprint, and I had a situation where not only was it not unlocking my device, but it wasn't even moving this percentage up. So it was staying at 0%. So you may have this situation happen to you, and I factory reset the device, and it let me add my prints in the beginning, but once again, after I added them, if I chose to remove it, it wouldn't work. And I kept having this issue. I went to bed, I woke up, and it was working fine. I have no idea why. So you may have issues where it's not working like it should. Now, do not fret if you're having issues with this fingerprint scanner, because I'm sure I've seen several Samsung devices when they have these in-screen fingerprint scanners. I've seen a lot of updates do come out later. So if you're worried about that, you're having issues with it, I would recommend two things. First off, if you go to your settings you don't just need to rely on your fingerprint scanner. You go to biometrics and security. You can register your face. So you can click on face recognition. You could set up face unlock. And you can also add up to 3 fingerprints. So for me, I added the same fingerprint and I added it 3 different times to make sure I could have more success. The other thing I did was do face recognition, so that most of the time I don't even need to rely on my finger, but I can if it doesn't work. Let's say it's dark one day. So for me, I can just stick my face in here and you'll see me do that and it unlocked right away. It was very quick. So in most situations, face unlock has worked for me. I haven't even needed to put my fingerprint down. So I also want to talk about the stylus really fast, because for me, it was sort of annoying that this charges on the back, and that's pretty cool, right? You have the stylus, the S Pen, and it is charging on the back. Now, for a lot of people, when that is charging on the back, you might be a little annoyed that, let's say you don't want this on the back, right? Let's say you don't want this charging 24/7. Anytime this is off, you could go throw this in a river. But if this is not on the back, you're going to have this floating icon that is going to be there. So for me, I did not want that floating icon to just be floating around everywhere. So I did go turn that off so that it wouldn't constantly be there. Because I might have the S Pen on a coffee table. I might put this in my bag because I don't want it on the back all the time. For most of you, you will probably put this on your tablet if you have a case. I haven't had a case. So for me, I really didn't want it on the back of my device because I would lose it. So I put it in a bag and I have that floating icon there all the time. So you do want to change that, or you may want to change that. You go to advanced features in your settings and you could go scroll to S Pen, which is right there, and floating icon, you could turn that off. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, I've got my S Pen, I'm ready to go. How do I do S Pen related things? All you got to do is press the button. Just press that button right there, and when you're close by, it will pull up all the S Pen related things. Now, you could add a shortcut. Maybe you use OneNote or something like that. You could add a shortcut there for it. So that's something that you can do, which is pretty cool. Now, with that being said, you can also on the side here, you don't need an S Pen for it, but you could put some apps if you enjoy some apps there, and you could put your favorite apps so that you could quickly access them. Maybe you don't want them on your home screen, but you want them sort of to the side. That's another cool thing you could do as well. Now with the S Pen, some different features. It's pretty much the normal stuff you'll see on an S Pen. So it does have a lot of the same features, but because it is Bluetooth capable, you can do little things like take a selfie with it, and you can be a little further away, just taking a selfie, and use this as your picture. Take a picture with the button. So that's a pretty cool feature, and there are some other features. I haven't really gotten deep into the S Pen yet, so you should see a little more of those features on my full review, which should be coming soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, this unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. First, I want to give you some different ways you can support my channel. Number one, please like and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, please. That would be amazing. Number two, you could also go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/theandroiddigest. And finally, you can also go to our website at androiddigest.com. And that's a great place to go for deals, reviews. We share a lot of different stuff there as well. So let me know what you think. What do you think? This is just an unboxing. It's just my initial impressions. I didn't really go into DeX. I didn't go into the keyboard yet. And those are things I'm going to do at the full review. So what do you think? Do you have the Tab S6? What are your first impressions of the device? What have you seen with the Tab S6? And do you have any questions for me? If you haven't noticed, on all my videos, I'm very responsive. I try to help out the best I can. Maybe you're trying to upgrade from an older tablet. Maybe you want to compare the speed of the Tab S6 versus other things. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So feel free to leave a comment below. That would be great. And in return, maybe you give me a subscribe to my channel. That would be great. So thank you so much, and I really hope you have a fantastic day.